interested in track. I had been involved in track since I started, and there was a position open, an assistant track coach. So in 1963, the question was, when I was hired, what do you want to coach? I said, well, I don't know. He said, well, no, do you want the field events or do you want the running events? And then I've been coaching track and field, and ever since. And then cross country started a couple years later, so I quit coaching football and started coaching cross country as well.
I ended up taking a basic speech class because I thought it would be easy from a gentleman named Orv Iverson, and I really enjoyed it. Orv was an outstanding teacher, and I ended up then joining the speech and debate program at Clark College.
I assisted for 4 years, and then I had the opportunity to move up in 1980 and be the head girls basketball coach. And instead of just doing it for a few years, it's 30-some years later, I'm still doing it and still enjoying it.
I thought the officials didn't do a very good job, so I decided I think I could do better. And then I got to doing it, and I realized how much harder a job that was than what I thought it was. But I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the kids, and I enjoy doing it, so I just continued.
You know, fortunately, going to Cascade High School, at that time it was the biggest school in the state, and we had a tradition of good boys soccer teams.
We won the state championship my senior year. We went 27-0, and it was especially sweet because the year before we placed second. And so my teammates and I dedicated our summer and our off season to getting better, to come back and give ourselves a chance to actually win the state championship. And luckily the ball bounced the right way, and we were able to accomplish our goal.
The Times believes that high school sports is really instrumental to a lot of people, the coaches, the athletes, the parents, and I think it reaches readers in a way that the pro and college athletics just don't. It's about the kid down the street. It's about the nephews. It's about the kid you saw grow up in the cul-de-sac.
In covering high school sports is the effort these young athletes put forth on a regular basis to the very end of each event. And during broadcasts, as we're sitting there watching games, we go, as to some other levels, you may not see that effort, but you always see it at the high school sports level. Whether the game is close or one-sided, you see that they're constantly wanting to keep playing. They don't want it to end. They just want to keep going and enjoying what they're doing and enjoying their time together.
You know, when I got to high school, I had aspirations to play college soccer and go to college. So those 4 years helped prepare me, not only the soccer side, but socially and things that you had to go through.
And I have so many students, not in just my state champions, but kids who just were in the program that say to me that, hey, it was the best thing they ever did to prepare them for life.
I learned how to set goals and achieve them. I learned leadership skills. I learned respect, hard work. I mean, there's so many ways I've benefited from playing high school athletics.
One of the things that I like about it, one of the things that kids really have trouble with, is the fact that you stand by yourself. I mean, when you walk to the starting line, when you walk into the throwing ring or ready to do an approach, I mean, you're all by yourself. And so you have to learn to live with that fear, but also that thrill that when things go well, you know, it's nothing higher than that.
John was probably the most dominating high school baseball player that might have come through here. And as Bobo Brayton, his coach at Washington State, said, he was just better than the rest of us. He was always a good first baseman, but he became an excellent first baseman. But he was just a natural hitter, and again, the most dominant high school hitter I've ever seen in 40 years of coaching. Others are good hitters, but he was dominant.
My mother, Allie Bennett, was one of the most positive people you could meet. She was always encouraging as a coach. She strived to make sure everyone, coaches, officials, fans, and especially athletes, had what they needed to be successful and have fun.
For me, she was a great mentor. There were many times I would be, calling her, asking her for questions. She'd be in class, maybe even at times, and I'd say, bad time to call. No, just a minute. And then, she would answer any question I had. And she was always there, encouraging, supporting. Just to see her with a smile on her face at all the events she was at was a terrific thing. And that's what I'll always remember Allie as.
It is with great pride and honor that we accept this award that honors my mother and her positive contributions to the WIAA. Thank you.
If you work as hard as you can and you prepare for the moment, then the majority of the time good things are going to happen. And there's times where you can't get down on yourself, and you always have to keep that belief going.
Enjoy your experience, respect the game, have fun. The one thing I always tell my kids, and I also coach a little bit now, is I'll always tell them to play hard and play smart.
We're here to work hard, to get better at this game, and enjoy the journey. And each week, and some people say, oh, we had to win state this year or that. That's each week is going to be some positives. There's going to be some adversity, and you just want to keep building so that you're at the top of your game.
The sportsmanship thing with them is, you don't leave home without it. You got to go to your game with every game's a championship game, and you got to work it that way. Even though it may not be that level, but you got to treat it that way.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's recognize your starting lineup for 2009. Chris Henderson, ladies and gentlemen. Lisa Rashkow Johnson. For our Fine Arts inductee, Mr. Mike Burton, ladies and gentlemen. Kurt DeHaan, ladies and gentlemen, from Linden Christian High School. Bill Harris, ladies and gentlemen. Another great official, Dick Egley. Jenny Gallegos. Bob Leviton, John Olerud's high school coach,